Welcome back. Hope you're having a great day. Today, I want to discuss creating content and why you should create content, the fear we have about creating content, and documenting your journey. It's a fear I faced for many years, and I want to tell you how I overcame that fear. It's a question a lot of people don't have a clear answer for. And people want their lifestyle to be private. And they also don't want to expose their day to day. Maybe you think that you don't want to put yourself out there and for people to know your daily patterns. From a safety perspective, things could happen and you don't want people to look for you because they could hurt you. It makes sense that you may want to protect your environment and your family without exposing your lifestyle and how you feel more protected. But from my point of view, I agree that the thought is a protective action. It's also a sign of weakness. It's the thought of a person who mentally and physically is weak. It's a feeling of being mentally weak. Because if you're a strong person that wants to achieve their goals, you're working out, you're training hard, you're working your ass off, you're eating healthy. If you start documenting your process and uploading content, people will see you as an inspiration. There are hundreds of people who are in a very similar situation as you. And if you have an amazing discipline, you have a crazy attitude, and you work harder than anyone else, you fight harder than anyone, you work out multiple times a week, you're physically strong, you're resistant, and you document all of that, obviously you do it for protection, but still, because you do it for protection, you also lack a mental maturity, a mental toughness, which is non-negotiable. But you need to think about all the people you're not helping, because if you don't document everything, your day to day, being the 1%, there are many normal people that have a crazy mindset of the 1%, a protective mentality. You're an abundant person. Your objective is to care for your environment in the best way possible. You have positive thoughts. You don't have negative vibes. You don't speak badly to people. So by documenting your life, people can see you as a reference point, and you can monetize it in the long term if you want. Think about the people you can impact. You can be a role model. You can be someone people look up to because they share the same values as you. There are people who don't take care of themselves and don't care about anyone but themselves. When people want to look up to a good example and a decent human being, they can think of you. A strong person, someone who's in good shape. You take care of yourself and your family. You take care of your mind. You prioritize other people before you. You listen to people and don't speak badly to them. You respect them. With that said, it's your obligation to create content. It's your job to document the process. If not, you're being selfish because you're fighting harder than anyone and you're not showing other people how to do it. And that's being selfish and only thinking about yourself. You're not giving back to the world. And in the end, one of the principles of the natural laws is cause and effect. You need to give to receive. You're going against the laws of the universe. You're not in a channel of abundance. If you never give, you will never receive. So give the world your information. Tell them how you feel, how you act, because that will come back to you. You will be setting the best example. As far as not wanting to show yourself for fear of something happening to you or your loved ones, when you have that unbreakable mindset, you develop a zero tolerance mentality. When you develop a mentality of being the protector of your family, you look in the mirror and you have a great body, you feel protected, you feel more powerful. You're not going to give a damn about the thought of someone finding your environment because you're there to protect them. When you see a man walk in with confidence, security, a good self image, with personal validation, who walks with firm steps, he's unstoppable. People are afraid of him, they respect him. You have to become that person. You have to become that kind of professional, whether you're an entrepreneur, an employee, whatever you want. But it's your duty to be your best version. It's your duty to show the world your day to day. It's your duty to show the world your progress, because there are people out there waiting for a successful person to appear, someone they can connect with, because not everyone will connect with me, but they will connect with other people who create the same kind of content. So why do you have to create content on social media and document your progress? Because to start, it's your life resume. It's your introduction. And you have to upload most of the things you do, your day to day. It's the best way to inspire other people. It's the best way to walk through the door and for someone to say, I know who this guy is. Not because you're famous, but because your values, because of your habits, because just by looking at a person's face, I already know their habits. I can see their physique, and I know they take care of themselves. They open their mouth for a minute, and I already know what kind of person he is, what type of mentality he has. I just need 30 seconds talking to that person. I can see his posture to determine his self-confidence. And you have to document that. There are people looking for others who can help them with that. I'm not saying you should monetize it, just that you should help. Creating content is your duty and your responsibility to give back to the world, because you're going to receive, and you're not going to get it back in the form of money. You're going to receive whatever you want. Because if your goal is to be the best police officer, if you show the world how to be the best police officer, if you give the world the habits of the 1% of police officers who doesn't drink, who doesn't smoke, who doesn't associate with a bad environment, and you're only focused on how to be the absolute best at your job. You're focused on all of that, and you give it to the world. And you want to become the best police officer in the country, the world, the universe. It's going to give that back to you with that reward, being that the number one in the country. But for that, you have to give. You don't have that mindset that when you give, they can take it away. You must give the world for free. You have to give, because when you give, you're going to receive. There's room for everyone. There's money for everyone. There's success for everyone, because not everyone can endure the process. It's your decision to stay in the process for as long as necessary. It's your decision not to give up. It's your decision not to step out of the path. It's your decision to be tougher every day. It's your decision to have a strong mentality every day and keep forging more each day, because there's many people who will give up. Many people who are starting to create content like you, like me, and they give up. But that's not the point. The point is, what values are you contributing to the world? If you know you shouldn't give up, give to people so they can learn. So if you take this message, did it help you? Analyze this message. Creating content will help you and also help other people. You have to you have to give to receive. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you understand this message that I'm trying to send. Check out my Instagram, AlexPanucci96. You'll see how I document my day to day. Everything I talk about, I do it without failing. There is nothing I say that I don't do. See it with your own eyes.